Hi, I'm talking quietly because I'm right by the door and I don't want people to listen to me speaking to myself. So yesterday we got back from Kinosaki Onsen. Kinosaki Onsen is an onsen town it took us about 4 hours. So if you take the slow train, I'll talk about that later, it's like a couple of hours outside of Kyoto. And it's an onsen town, so that basically means hot springs. And I really wanted an onsen experience in Japan. I think it's kind of quintessential when you go to Japan to go to an onsen. I don't know if I talked about it when I went to Spa World, but basically an onsen, it's a public bath, but there are private onsen. It's a public bath and you go in there and the water's really warm. It's about 40 degrees. I don't know how much that's in Fahrenheit. I'll get that researched. We're about to have a guest. Ciao.
Ciao.
You can come through. These are his legs. It's a very unseemly position to be in. Between his legs, you've just taken the charger out. So yeah, so I can't even remember where I was, but basically it's a hot bath, usually public, and you can just sit in there and chill with a bunch of people, really. And yeah, it's really quintessential. It's kind of like if I had to make a to-do list of must-have experiences in Japan, I would say that would be on there. So there are plenty of onsen towns around Japan. When I was planning this trip, I initially wanted to have the onsen experience in Mount Fuji. We're going to Kawaguchiko next, so I thought that would be where I had the onsen experience. And what I learned is Kawaguchiko is not an onsen town. I think Hakone is, but Kawaguchiko is not. So anywhere that we went to have the onsen spa experience would be a center. It would be a man-made bath. So
Holy shit! Oh, sorry.
what was that in reference to?
My legs.
Your legs. We walked a lot today. I decided to not do the onsen experience in Kawaguchiko and to find an onsen town instead. And I needed one that was by Kyoto or by one of the cities that we go to, because there are some and they're in Sapporo, which is hours away, and it wouldn't work. So I needed one that was by Kyoto, by Osaka, by Tokyo, that could feasibly work, and that was Kinosaki Onsen. So we took the express from Kyoto to Kinosaki Onsen, which was a mistake because we had bought a local ticket. So we had to pay an additional 3,000 yen, which is about £18, I think, on top of it was about 7,000 for a ticket. So in total, I think we paid about 13,000 for our return from from Kyoto to Kinosaki Onsen and Kinosaki Onsen back. We got there at around, I think we arrived around 3 o'clock. We were a bit too early for check-in, so we walked around the town. We had some food, we had some seafood. There's not a lot of places to eat, apart from some really expensive experiences. So we just went to the seafood restaurant. And then we went back to our room. So in where we stayed, it's called Hanamandara, which is it's like a ryokan, but I don't think it is, like a hotel / ryokan. So we had 4 different onsen baths in the hotel, but then we also had a onsen pass with 8 different baths in the area that we could just pass freely. So they give you a yukata, and you can wear that, you go naked to the onsen, so you wear your yukata over your body and then you go down to, you can use the spas in the ryokan or you can use the spas in the local baths. And we just decided to stay in our own, use the ones that were in our ryokan, because like they were private. We had them just to ourselves, and we didn't have to share them with other people, so we could just relax and do our thing. But if you did want to go around, I will post below the one that's really recommended, and that was included in the 8 free ones. So oh fuck, these are my socks. These are mine. I think they're actually my mum's socks that I stole, or she left at my house, which would have been like 4 years ago now. And now they're Alessia socks. So I only wear cute socks. We went to the baths provided by American. And we spent one night there. Now I think that probably wasn't enough, because I would have liked to have seen more of the city. There is a lot to do. There's a ropeway, there's a museum, there's a marine world, there's a lot to do. So we didn't really have time to do that, because by the time you check out at 10 o'clock, you take the bus back to the station. So it doesn't really give you much time to explore the town or go to the different spas or use all the baths, unless you're planning to like use them one after the other after the other. I mean, I really recommend that if you're looking for an onsen experience in an onsen town. I can highly recommend Kinosaki Onsen. It looks beautiful in the winter. It's really nice in the summer. It's cooler than the city, so it's easy to sit in the outdoor baths and you're not like dying. So yeah, I really recommend Kinosaki Onsen.